so lovely to speak with you. So tell me about this movie of yours. It sounds so wonderful, so exciting. I want to hear all about it, starting with Matt.
The movie's called Film Fest, and it's about a group of people who are trying to sell this movie that they made. And they apply to all the big name festivals, but they only get into one they've never heard of before. And they have to go and make the best of a situation they weren't planning for.
Nice. And what about you, Marshall?
What I think the movie's about?
Yeah, how would you describe it? I want to hear what everyone thinks, how everyone would describe it in their own words.
I think this is a fun, no politics road trip comedy where expectations meet reality. No, I was talking to a buddy 2 nights ago. He was explaining it to his girlfriend, and he's like, "Oh, it's a harsh look at film festivals. It's brutal, but really, really accurate and funny, but brutal." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, maybe that should just be the pitch." So.
We're going to work on the publicist pitch.
Yeah,
it's not that.
not that. Very nice.
I think Film Fest is actually, it's a great comedy. You know what I mean? It's like there's a lot of great satire in it of film festivals, and it definitely skewers that culture, but it does so in a loving way. Like, I think what's so really nice about this is it comes from the lens of two people, of Paul and Marshall, who both love and appreciate film festivals, but are rightfully so frustrated by film festivals.
And my 2 stars in the movie, I want you please to describe your roles and what attracted you to the role.
Deanna, you want to go first?
I've never been called a star before, so I sort of want to revel in this for like half a second. I should have recorded this.
We have it recorded here, so you have it forever.
Okay, fabulous. I play the producer, Alex Davis. I am the number 2 to Matt's number 1. And that actually really describes my character. She is always the support, the backbone. She's going to make sure that things happen, even if it means she has to sacrifice a little bit of herself and her own personal line of credit to do it. I did. No, go ahead.
You go. No, I was loving it. Go ahead.
Matt and CJ Vanna, who are in the film, actually got me this part. We did a little show together a while back called Clipped, and Marshall reached out and was like, "Hey, I have a part for you if you're interested." No one has ever offered me a part before. So first of all, that was great. But then I read the script, and like I said, you could just see the like loving, funny, truthful lens that this film came from. And I was immediately hooked. I told him yes right away.
And I play a character named Logan Clark. He's a filmmaker, and it's a different character than I usually get to play. He's pretty grumpy and solemn, and I'm usually a very loud goofball. So I was attracted to doing something a little different. And he, the big thing with him is he thinks he's owed this success, and he thinks he's already earned this the accolades that he's not receiving, and that drives him a little mad. And he has to kind of come to terms with that and figure out what the reality of his situation is and decide what it is he really should be going after. And that was fun to play. And I got to play in it with all of these amazing people. And as Deanna said, we worked together years ago, and it was so much fun to work on this together too.
Also, Matt is the sweetest person I have ever met in Hollywood. So to watch him play an absolute dick, icing on the cake, perfect.
Thank you.
I can't picture it, but what's this? It's like you're like one of the nicest people. It's like, you playing that kind of character. It's just, you can't imagine it, but here we are.
Yeah.
Because you are so sweet. And off topic, you know who you look like? You look a lot like a young Alan Cumming.
I get that a lot.
Yes, I figured you did.
Before. Yeah.
You really do. Back in his Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion days, now that I'm aging myself.
Well, I'll take it. That's high praise. So thank you.
Yes.
So nice. He normally gets told he looks like a very old Alan Cumming, like much older than Alan Cumming actually is.
Yeah. Especially lately. They go, "You look like Alan Cumming if something was wrong." And I go, "Oh."
Wow, that's something else. Yeah, I don't know how I'd respond to that. Well,
It's okay.
You look like his younger brother.
Thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
And what were some of the challenges about making this movie, especially since was it happening during COVID, before COVID? How did that work?
It was before, but it would have probably been entirely impossible during COVID. But you're making a true indie film, and they usually want you to have 4 characters and 4 locations, and we had about 40 something speaking roles, and we were traveling to Idlewild, so we had to pay for hotels and things like that. So yeah, it was definitely not the movie you write for this kind of thing, but everybody said yes, and they were enthusiastic, and the cast and crew really did it for the love, and I was very fortunate to have the team that we had. And when Deanna is happy about getting an offer, I'm equally as happy about her saying yes. It's just such a compliment to me that she would be in my movie. Yeah, it was just all the challenges were met with just a lot of enthusiasm, and that's kind of what got us through it. And it was a 20-day shoot. It was a lot to do every day.
Yes. What about you, Matt and Deanna? Do you have anything you want to add?
We had long days, and there was a lot to get done, and it didn't really feel that way because everyone was so excited to be there, and everybody was working so hard and doing such a good job that it just felt like summer camp. It was a blast.
Summer camp is actually a really perfect way to describe it. I mean, it was wonderful, partially because Idlewild is a really magical place, but also because it did very much feel like this lead group of like, we're all in this together. I know a lot of the crew had worked together before, so they had kind of their own shorthand that we were able to luckily just tap right into. We bought out the bar just about every night. Like every night we would go there and we'd be like, hey, tonight, can we have some Jack Daniels? And the next night we go back and ask for Jack Daniels, and they're like, no, you drank it all. Like all of you, it's gone. There's no more. This is a small town. Please pick something else. And every night we drink them out of something else.
So what were some of your signature drinks now that we brought it up?
Ooh, definitely whiskey.
Yeah. You're up in the woods. There's pine trees everywhere. You're like, yeah, I'll take a whiskey. Like, oh, bourbon, whatever you got.
I love it. I love it.
Whatever you got, camp.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I like it. I like it. And what do you hope the audience likes about the movie? Is there a particular scene you're looking forward to them seeing, or something in particular you want them to really enjoy about it?
I don't like to put that on the audience. I think that there's something in it for so many different people because it's somewhat of an ensemble and it represents so many different kinds of characters. So I love it when I get just different responses. I have my own favorite things, and I would say this being a comedy, one of my favorite scenes is actually the most dramatic scene between Matt and Deanna. Yeah, I think that there's so many different things to take away from it. So surprise me. I don't know.
I would say for anybody who's thinking about watching it, you don't have to be in the industry to enjoy it. And that's what I would hope. I would hope that anyone who watches it can identify with at least one of the characters, but I would suspect they can identify with a majority of them.
Yeah. I will say one of my favorite scenes to film, without spoiling anything, there's a little bit of a physical thing that happens in the movie. And when I tell you it was between two of the sweetest men, Matt, how tall are you?
5'11".
5'11". So Matt's not a short man. I'm 5'6". I'm always looking up to Matt. I'm always looking up to Marshall. We have this guy come on set and he is like 6'2". And I mean, just a muscle, like he's a walking thigh, you know what I mean? And he is just the kindest man. So in the in-between takes of him being like, are you okay? Are you okay? It was just absolutely wonderful. I was laughing the whole time.
Yeah, you really made me feel small. I'm only 4'10".
It's okay. You know what? I am the tallest in my family by far. So I am a little bit of an anomaly.
Nice. And what's next for you guys? Are you working on another project together or just other individual projects?
Deanna never stops working. She's been working since we wrapped, I feel like.
Yeah, I went right back. I think I actually went right back to work. Like you guys had to work around my schedule to do ADR.
Yeah. I might be doing my third film in October. It looks like it. And I don't really announce anything until it's like, I'm actually there and we're doing it. But I'm actually believing in it, which is odd. But yeah, my third movie, which I wrote before Film Fest, because you just never know, what's going to take when. But yeah, it's another comedy, and with Will Sasso, we co-wrote it together.
I love Will Sasso. Nice.
Yeah.
Matt, what about you?
I've been working on some stuff. I've done like a few little things here and there over the last year, and a friend of mine and I were writing a thing and trying to get that out the door. So it's good. A lot of things going.
Nice. And Deanna, can you say anything about your project, or are they super secret right now?
I'll tell you guys about the ones I can talk about. I'm still on NCIS, which is going into its, I think, 19th season. It's legal. It can vote, which is great. And I also have a podcast right now on Stitcher with Gillian Jacobs from Community called Periodic Talks, where we interview different scientists because I play a pretend scientist on TV. So I get to learn real science. And then you're just gonna have to wait and see, because I've got some other projects, but I think I signed some contracts for them where I cannot talk about them. That makes me sound fancier than I am.
Well, we're going to have you all back to talk about all these amazing super secret projects. Sounds like all three of you have great things going on.
I think so.
I mean, I think so. Wait,
Yeah.
we'll see.
I know so. I'm very confident.
Yes, you know what? I'm going to show you. I'm going to throw it into the universe for you right now that it's going to be absolutely wonderful.
Yes.
See, throwing it into the universe. You're
Oh,
all
okay.
getting it.
Yay!
So nice. And one thing I like to ask the people I interview is I want you each to tell me a fun fact about yourself.
Marshall?
Ladies first.
You. A fun fact about myself. Okay. Thinking of them. I love board games and I own over 30.
Nice. What's your favorite?
My favorite is a very ridiculous game. Oh my gosh, called Android. It's set in Neo Los Angeles. It takes an hour to set up all the pieces. None of my friends will play it with me anymore because it usually takes us about 3 hours to get halfway through it. So they're tired of me.
What's it called?
It's called, I will tell you all about it. You will love it. It's called Android.
Okay. That's exciting.
I'll come to LA and play with you, Deanna.
There you
I'll
go.
come. Yes.
Thank you.
We got
Thank
a
you.
crew. We got a whole crew forming.
Yes. Yes, you do.
My fun fact is I love video games and I am pretty good at them.
Nice.
Oh God.
Do you have a favorite?
Yeah, my all-time favorite. Oh well, see, that's like then we get into a whole different episode of a show. Right now, I'm playing Mass Effect Legendary Edition, which is the original trilogy re-released and remastered, and I'm really taking my time with that and enjoying being back in that universe.
Nice.
I have a pretty sick comic collection because you can't zoom.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Look
wow.
at that.
Original Spider-Mans and Avengers and stuff. And Matt likes to dwarf me with his knowledge of comics, but still, I can hold my own,
You do
Do you
all
have-
right.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite comic book hero or?
I don't know. I guess I'm kind of a Wolverine guy.
Nice. That is adorable. I love it. You guys all.
Anti-hero. Yeah.
Yes, I like it. I think I see another movie coming up where all of you have different things you love and you come together for a game night and comic book night.
Yes.
Hey, if you're letting us license the idea, we'll take it.
Take it. It's all yours. I want to see this happen. So take it. And before I let you go, because I know you have to go to your next interview, I want you each to describe the movie in 3 words, starting with Marshall.
Film festival movie.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
I was first. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'll stick with it.
okay. You're gonna lock that in.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
great. That's great.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Tiana?
Yes. I will go with funny indie romp.
Nice.
Ooh, I like that.
All right,
Uh,
Matt, you have to find a way to top these 2. Pressure's on.
Oh man. I'm gonna say Monsters on Parade. That's my favorite thing to call when there's a whole bunch of characters in motion. And that's how it feels. It just feels like there's one float after the other coming down this street. That's about 59 words, I think. So I'll call it there.
You guys are so cute. I think you're one of the cutest cast and crew I've spoken to, and I love it.
Oh,
I think
thank
you're
you so
right.
much.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Not gonna disagree. Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys, and I can't wait to talk again soon.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Sammy.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
having
Bye.
Bye.